What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Lucas or Dirge15 here today, and I am very excited to be bringing you this video. Today I'm going to be playing some SMITE, which is a new game that's actually in closed beta. It's made by Hi-Rez Studios, and you can actually apply for their closed beta, and I'll leave that link below in the description. But I skipped the whole waiting to get in a match and skipped straight into the god selection page. Now, you'll see I picked Artemis. She's currently my favorite champion to play, or favorite god to play, but I haven't played all of them yet. So I'll get back to you on my, thoughts on the different gods once I've played all of them. But if you'll see in where the section where you can pick your skin is, under it you'll see locked in, and then right to the right of that you'll see auto level items and auto level skills. Now I leave that checked because I personally am not that great at the game. I just got it today, and I'm trying to focus on learning how to play the game, and I don't want to have to focus on buying items and leveling up my skills. So the game will automatically do that for you as you learn the game, which is actually really nice. Now, as you probably noticed, I skipped most of the loading screen because it wasn't really that short, but I will say it was very short, which is very impressive for a beta game to have such a short loading screen. In fact, it was shorter than most of my League of Legends loading screens, so I will say that the short loading time is a very nice plus to the game. Another thing you may or may not have noticed is that the same gods are on each team. Now, this isn't because the game forces you to play against the same gods, it's just because when you start the game, you get 5 gods: Artemis, Ra, Kali, Sun Wukong, and Ymir. Now, everybody starts with those 5 gods, and only those 5 gods. So as new people get the game, those are the only options that they have, and as most people in the closed beta are new, or they haven't bought new gods, or they haven't paid real money for it, or they just haven't built up the points, the in-game points that you need to purchase the new gods, most people just have the basic 5, so you'll see a lot of times that you end up playing against, the same 5 champions on both team, or the same 5 gods, but it's really no big deal, and really doesn't hinder gameplay that much at all, if any. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there actually play MOBAs, which stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, but I play League of Legends. I don't play Han, I never played Dota, and I don't play Dota 2, but I do play League of Legends, so I'm going to compare this to that real fast. So as you'll see on the mini-map in the top right, there's a middle lane, and there's a left lane, and there's a right lane, and the left and right lanes, they curve to their respective sides after you get to the middle point, and then they, come in at your respective bases, and the middle lane just kind of wiggles its way up through the middle of the map. Now, in League of Legends, there's a middle lane, a top lane, and a bottom lane, but as you can see, in this game, it's on the sides and not the top and bottom. Now, in my personal opinion, one thing that really differentiates SMITE from a bunch of other MOBAs is that even though they all are the same at the core fundamental level, the controls in SMITE are completely different. In SMITE, you control yourself with WASD, you actually walk around, and your spells by default are mapped to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I am lucky enough that I actually have a Razer Naga mouse, which if you don't have, I highly recommend it. It's a very good mouse. But I've mapped the macro buttons on the side of the mouse to do my spells, to perform the 1, 2, 3, and 4 spells that are by default mapped, so that I can continue to move and walk around and strafe and all that good stuff while I cast my spells, whereas otherwise I would have to move my hands off of WASD and onto the spell buttons, so I think it would be much more difficult to move and cast spells. But if you don't have a mouse, I highly recommend that you try to map them to a more convenient place on your keyboard for you, because personally I feel that 1, 2, 3, 4 is not a far reach, but you have to move your hands completely, so you might want to set, 1 to Q, 1 to E, 1 to Z, and 1 to X, that way you don't have to move so much for each, but it really just depends on your personal playstyle and how you prefer to have your macros and your keys to use your skills set up. Now, one really interesting aspect that SMITE's whole over-the-shoulder third-person control yourself with WASD style of gameplay brings in is it brings a whole new level to ganking or flanking, whatever you want to call it. So basically, in other MOBAs like League of Legends, you would leave your lane to go in and surprise somebody in another lane, an enemy, to kill them. But in this game, it's even better because you can, if you actually come in behind them, they have no clue you're there until you want them to know, until you attack them, because you can be behind them and you can't be in their line of sight. So that's actually really cool. I think it's a really cool way that they spiced up the gameplay a little bit. And actually, I believe right here, Wukong and I get into a little 1v1 situation where we both end up taking each other's lives. You're actually going to see it in a second right here. I think I'm going to kill him. I think I'm going to kill him because he's really low, and then we end up killing each other. But anyways, guys, as I was saying, it brings a whole new level to ganking, and I think it's really great to see that. Another thing you probably noticed, but I want to go ahead and point out to you anyways, is that I went ahead and took mid lane, and the reason I did that was because I'm a ranged champion. You know, Raw could have done it too. I think Raw could have done it maybe better than I can because he's just a mage caster, and I think it might have worked out a little bit better, but I decided to go mid simply because nobody else was taking it, and I'm a range, so I'm a good fit for mid, and especially since I got matched up against a Wukong, it made my life so much easier because he had to jump in on me to do any damage, and then I could kite him like crazy. And if you don't know what kiting is, it's where you basically run away and do damage to them at the same time while not taking damage. So if you can kite well, it makes life really, really easy, and it's actually a really nice thing to do if you know how to play, and you can do it accurately, or not accurately, but you can perform the kiting well. It really helps your gameplay a lot. Now guys, it may look like I know what I'm doing and look like I'm good, but honestly, this is only my third game, like, in Smite ever. So basically, the first game I played Artemis, the second game I played Wukong, and now this is my third game, and I'm playing Artemis again because, you know, I really enjoyed her. Since I've tried Ymir, and I've also tried Kali, both of them were fun, but I still think Artemis is my favorite. But anyways, guys, so I've been giving you a lot of tips, right? And I've been giving you way too many tips for the amount of time that I put into this game. I'm just trying to put out what I think I know and what I think that will be prevalent later. So if any of my tips are wrong, you know, try them out, try them for yourself, but if they are wrong, don't get mad at me because I haven't put as much time into this game as, you know, say some people have. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that all of my tips may not be completely accurate, but I'm just trying to help you guys out as much as I possibly can to get you guys in early and playing better before everybody else. Basically, what's about to happen next is I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to commentate the game as if I were playing, you know, explaining my strategies, explaining why I'm going where, what I'm doing. But before then, I want to give you guys one more tip that is coming from pure speculation. And that tip is to buy different gods as soon as you can. Because I personally think, and I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think that if you have gods that other people don't or haven't played against, because like I said earlier, everybody plays these 5, you may have the upper hand because they won't know what to expect from you, and they won't know how you're played. So you might have the upper hand there, at least early on. That could give you a great advantage, but now we're going to hop straight into the play-by-play commentary. Alrighty, so let's get into this normal commentating. Now, right here, basically, I'm just attacking their tower because in every MOBA, attacking their tower is good. Basically, the point of MOBAs is to take down their defenses, break into their base, and destroy the central unit, whatever the central unit may be. Now, in this game, it's the Minotaur. In League of Legends, it's the Nexus. I don't know what it is in Han. I don't know what it is in Dota or Dota 2. All I know is those two. But basically, in this game, you have to get to their Minotaur, and you have to get through their towers and their Phoenix, and then to get to their Minotaur, which is, you know, I think it's really cool that the final boss battle is actually a boss. Right there, I died, and I was kind of depressed by that because I thought I was in turret range. Like, I thought she would have been taking turret aggro. If you don't know what turret aggro is, it means aggression. Like, you can take aggro from anything, but it means aggression. But I thought I was in range, and I thought she was in range to take turret aggro, but apparently she wasn't. So, yeah, whatever. I died. It's okay. I think I go either 6-2 or 8-2 in this game. I don't really remember. Right there, you saw it pop up on my screen. That's what it looks like when it buys you things. It just kind of pops up on your screen like, oh, by the way, you bought this. So, yeah, that makes your life a lot easier. Also, I think I found out, I'm not completely sure if it's true or not, but I think that you can tell it what to buy and auto-level you, right? If that makes any sense. Like, you can tell it, like, alright, at level 1 through 20, I want you to level these skills in this order, and every time I have enough gold, I want you to buy these items in this order. That way, you don't have to actually focus on it every time you back. You can actually just tell it what to do, and it will actually end up doing that for you and just make your life easier. Even though you do have to learn the items to tell it what to do, it will just make your life easier because in the future you won't have to tell it like specifically what to buy each and every time you go back to the store to buy things. Real quick, I'm also going to let you know that at one point in this gameplay, it doesn't last very long and it's not very noticeable, but I do have to cut the recording and then cut back in like a second later because my fraps was actually set to record down at 30 frames per second, and you know, obviously that's a problem. I wanted to record at 60 so that when I export it looks better, because if you're at 30 the whole time, it just tends to not look as good. So I had to cut to fraps to change that real fast, but it's really no big deal, and it really doesn't get in the way of anything, especially not the video. Alright, so now I'm actually going to tell you the story of my zero gravity flight, which I actually never got around to telling the story about, but, you know, I will cut to the gameplay. Like, right there, I just actually ended up taking out, I don't remember who it was, I think it was Wukong, it was either him or Artemis, but I actually ended up taking them out because I'm just a pro with this game, with all 3 games of my incredible experience. Right there, I freaked out for a second because Ross scared the fuck out of me. But anyways, guys, so on my zero gravity flight, it was really awesome. You know, one weekend I got off early from work, and the next day I went on the flight, and we went to Florida. We got to Cape Canaveral. We actually didn't stay in Cape Canaveral. We stayed in a place called Cocoa Beach, which is right near Cape Canaveral. It's only 30 minutes away, but Cocoa Beach had nicer hotels, so we decided to stay there. The ones in Cape Canaveral really weren't really not good. Like, we're not like, oh my god, we need the nicest hotel ever, but like, they just weren't very good. But anyway, so we got there, and, you know, the first day we did our, you know, hanging out on the beach, whatever, with my parents, but then the next day we went to Cape Canaveral to do the zero gravity flight, and it was absolutely amazing. But before I get there, I'm gonna kind of, you know, tell you guys how it all happened. So basically, we got there, and they gave us this bag, and in this bag was our flight suit, some socks we were supposed to wear, and I'll explain those in a second, and a little bracelet and a t-shirt and some other stuff, and we got to keep the bag. You know, they just let us keep the bag. But basically, so the socks we were supposed to wear, they divided us up into I think it was 3, gold, silver, and blue, different flying zones, because, you know, they don't want everybody, like, flying all over and hitting each other in the fucking face. Hitting each other in the face and stuff. So basically, they just separated them up, and I ended up being in the blue group, but that was really the only thing that happened with the socks. That was the only thing that really mattered with the socks. But basically, after the socks, they took us out to the bus. You know, we had to go through airport security, which they actually, it wasn't like airport security, they actually had their own security, and they scanned us, and like they did the metal detector all over us. They didn't pat me down. Whew, thank God. I dodged a bullet there, but they didn't pat us down, but we went through like airport security like thing just to make sure, because, you know, it is an airplane. It's a modified Boeing 727, so, you know, you never know what people might want to do. But anyways, so after that, we got on a bus and we rode to where the plane is. And after we got to where the plane was, it was actually really cool because we got to take a bunch of pictures in front of it. You know, there were different flight, like there was a flight photographer, that's the word I'm looking for, photographer, and he took pictures of us. He took pictures of us in front. He actually took pictures during, which was really cool. Like, I want to show you the pictures, but at the same time, I don't really want to give that away, so I actually decided not to show you the pictures. So if you're following me, and you heard that I was going to, I'm sorry, I just decided not to. But anyway, so we got in the flight, and, you know, we sat in the seats. They actually left some seats. The rest of the plane, the rest of the cabin is just padded flying zone, but they actually did leave some seats so that we can sit there on the way up, which is about a 25-30 minute ride up to the flight. And then basically they do parabolic flight where they fly in parabolas. You can look it up if you want to read up more about it or watch videos on it, but it was actually really cool. And that way we had like about 30 seconds of zero gravity between each one. Now, on the first dip, they actually gave us, on the first parabola, they actually simulated Martian gravity, so we had 1/3 our weight, because they didn't want us to, like, just put us straight into zero gravity. They wanted to kind of ease us into it, and they did that with giving us 1 Martian parabola, and they gave us 2 lunar parabolas, which is approximately 1/6 your weight, so that's how they eased you into it. But then after that, we had 12 zero gravity parabolas. So basically, we had 15 full parabolas, but we basically had 6 full minutes of being weightless if you add it all up, and it was absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard George Watsky's song Energy, but in it he says, oh, I think I get the kill here, by the way. Amazing kill. I was very proud of this. I don't know if I get it. I don't. Never mind. I was really mad at that. That was the one I was really mad at, because I didn't get the kill and he got away with no health. But anyways, if you've ever heard Watsky's song Energy, and one of the parts he says, I would like to do a triple flip in zero gravity while puffing on a Philly blunt and shooting stars like a BB gun. Well, I did a triple flip in zero gravity, and it was fucking amazing! Oh my god, like, I posted on the video, I was like, I've done a triple flip in zero gravity, but I don't think anybody saw it. But the point was, it was absolutely amazing. Like, I had so much fun on that trip. I wouldn't recommend it. I couldn't recommend it more. Like, it wouldn't be possible. It was so amazing. Now, it's a bit pricey. I'm not gonna go into price specifics, but if you have the money and it's something that you want to do, there is not a single thing that I would recommend to you more than that, because it was just so absolutely amazing. Triple flip and zero gravity, bitch. It was amazing. I got so many good pictures with the photographer, and generally it was just an amazing trip, and I really want you guys to enjoy the experience too. If you have the possibility, don't ever pass it up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on to something much more interesting than that. I'm going to be giving you away, I'm going to be giving away to you a SMITE beta key. Now, if you guys want to play SMITE with me, or just in general want to play SMITE with your friends or whoever, I will be giving you a beta key. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to give beta keys away, but I think you will be able to. Like, once you have the beta key, I think you can send keys to your friends. So, that's awesome, you know, you can play with your friends, but I'm going to be giving away a beta key. Now, all you have to do is leave a comment saying, hey, I want the beta key, and here's why. Now, it doesn't have to be an amazing reason, and I'm also not going to make you like or favorite or subscribe. Like, obviously, I'm not going to stop you from doing those things, but that's not required at all in order to win the giveaway. Like, I'm not even going to be checking that. But basically, just leave a comment telling me why you want it, and if you want it just because you want to play the game, awesome. If you want it because you want to try out a new thing or, like, whatever, then that's cool too. But just let me know why you want it. Even though I'm sure many of you will be the same reason, but I'm still interested to see why all of you want it, and I will probably use a random, I will go through all the comments and count them all that you guys leave that actually are interested in receiving the game, and I will put it in a random number generator and randomly generate a number and pick that number comment, like go through the list of comments and pick that number, and that will be whoever gets the beta key. So I think this is really cool. I'm really excited to be able to give you guys away a beta key. So remember, if you want that, just leave a comment in the description, and yeah, you have the chance to win a SMITE beta key if you want to play this new awesome game that's still in closed beta. Now, as you see right here, I am very angry that Ymir got away, so I'm running away because I am depressed with my life, and I don't know why the screen went just black for a second. That was weird. But whatever, we're back now, and I'm Artemis, and I'm running forward, and I'm running forward, and I'm running forward, and I'm running forward, and I'm running forward. Oh, and I wanted to thank you guys for 150 subscribers. That's really cool. Like, 150 people have, at some point, decided that they liked my videos enough to subscribe. So, I just want to thank you guys just casually in the video, because I think that's really cool. Now, back onto the game. So, as you see right here, I'm just trying to get some minion farm up, because this game, it's not, like, perfect with how minion farm is. Like, in League of Legends, I don't know if you guys play this, but in League of Legends, like, you're supposed to get all the last hits that you possibly can and stuff. This game doesn't really feel like that. As long as you don't get under-leveled, I think you're good. Just make sure you don't get under-leveled, be around minions, try and kill them, but if the last hitting thing doesn't seem so prevalent in this game, at least not yet. Now, I could be totally wrong, but at least from what I've seen so far, it's not so prevalent yet. But anyways, so here, the Ymir comes into my lane, and I'm like, the fuck you doing in my lane, Ymir? Because he's this big ice ball giant thing of doom, and he is scary, let me tell you. Like, I don't know about you guys, if you guys have played SMITE before, or if you've won the beta key that I'm giving away and you're playing it now, but Ymir is one of my favorite champions to play, or one of my favorite gods to play. Artemis and Ymir are my favorite right now. I actually just bought a god called Hebo. I forget where he's from. I think he's Chinese, but I'm not entirely positive. But anyway, Ymir is so fun to play, because with Ymir, you can just CC the crap out of people. If you don't know what CC is, it's called crowd control. Sorry, I can't speak words. My words don't make English. But anyway, like, you can freeze them in place, and then you can put a wall that blocks their movement, and then you can also slow them with this thing the thing that goes in front of you and pops up out of the ground with spikes. And then your ultimate, if you guys play League of Legends, it's like a lot like Nunu's ultimate, but if you don't play League of Legends, basically he hits the ground and this big circle radius around him like turns into deep freeze. And it slows everybody, and then at the end of it, he releases doing, like, 600 damage at level 1, 750 at level 2, and I would guess 900 at level 3, but I'm not entirely positive because I haven't checked on it. But, yes, Ymir is very fun to play. Like, I would highly recommend playing Ymir. If you're having trouble with Artemis, if you play Artemis and you die a lot, or you're having trouble with other champions or other gods and you're dying a lot, I would strongly suggest playing Ymir, because he doesn't die. He's really good. And another god that I would recommend that you buy if you are dying a lot is Odin, because I haven't played him and I haven't even seen him played, but just from his stats, he seems like he'd be a pretty tanky guy. Along with the way he looks, it just kind of seems to fit his playstyle. So if you like tanky gods or tanky characters, I would recommend Ymir and Odin, but mostly Ymir, because I have so much fun playing Ymir. But if you do like damagey characters like me, When I play League of Legends, I'm an AD carry, which is, attack damage carry. The ones who just sits in the back and just, like, rains hell on their team because you do so much damage. That's my role in League of Legends. And so, I enjoy characters like Artemis. But, I have an appreciation for all different kinds of characters. I like all different kinds of characters, even in League of Legends. It's just when I play with the team, I usually fill that role. But, as always, I have an appreciation, an all-around appreciation for just most different kinds of roles, because, every game plays differently, every role plays differently, every lane, every champion, every god, every character, so, you can't just zone them out and be like, oh, I hate all those kinds of gods, because you're gonna end up losing a lot of fun for yourself, and possibly others by just ruining your own game by being like, oh, I hate this god, and, like, other people in the game might be like, dude, you're not fun to play with, like, all you've been doing is talking about how much you hate this. But anyways, guys, all in all, I really suggest this game. If you want to try something new, leave a comment and try to win the beta key. If you already have beta access to this game, feel free to add me on SMITE. My name is Dirge15. Now, I am over level 6, so I can't play with you if you're under level 6. But really, it only took me about a day to get over level 6, so that should be no problem at all for you. But if you are over level 6, you can go ahead and add me on SMITE, and maybe we can play sometimes. Sometime, if you want to, you can probably hit me up on Skype, and we can talk there and play and awesome stuff like that. But, yeah, so it's a really fun game. All in all, I recommend it. And, yeah. But earlier, I was playing Ymir. This is back to the topic of, like, Ymir and Odin and stuff, but mostly Ymir. Earlier, I was playing Ymir, and I carried the game so hard. It was amazing. Well, I didn't carry it, like, alone, but basically, it was me and Artemis who carried the game. And basically all we did was we just both got a lot of kills. Like, I don't know how I got a lot of kills because that was a good ultimate by Ra, but I don't know how I got so many kills because honestly, I was a tank and I was supposed to be mostly doing CC. But however it happened, I was actually playing with PC Jews, or Ethan from PC Jews, and I just got a bunch of kills. I was freezing people and hitting them and walling them in, and I was doing great for my team, and I was also happened to be getting a lot of kills, mostly with my ultimate. Like, I got a couple double kills with my ultimate. Like, I would go in and do everything, and then ulti right in the middle of them, and the rest of my team would do a bunch of damage, and my ult would go up, and it would be enough to kill them, but it was so fun. Like, doing well in games just makes it more fun. I know you guys know that. But playing with the team also makes it more fun, so that's another reason that, I'm totally welcoming you guys to come play with me, because I think it would be cool, a little way for me to interact with any of my viewers and, all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, this video is coming to a close. I think I've got about a minute left. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're about to take over their tower, and I think once we take this tower, they actually surrender. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I hope you learned something from the tips in the beginning. If you didn't, I hope you're excited about hopefully winning the SMITE beta key giveaway. If you're not excited about that, maybe you enjoyed it when I was talking about being tanks or whatever. But if you did enjoy it anyway, it would be great. Friendly reminder here to like, and if you really liked it and want to see future content from me and you're new around here, go ahead and click that subscribe button on top of the video. Obviously, you can comment anything you want. It doesn't have to be related to winning the SMITE beta key. But anyways, guys, I love you all. Thanks for sticking with me through this whole video if you got to this point, because I know it's a bit of a long video, but I really wanted to show you the whole gameplay and show you all how it played out. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I love you all. Stay sexy, and I will see you guys all in the next video.